York, I'm Kelly Collins, and this is your top story for the night. A New York State Supreme Court case concluded just as many people had expected it to. The popular sitcom Seinfeld, that has been gracing our television screens for years, has created controversy with the real George Costanza. A $100 million lawsuit was filed against Larry David and the plaintiff, Michael Costanza. Costanza says he knew Seinfeld's creator, Larry David, in college. Costanza accused David of an invasion of privacy and being portrayed to the audience in a negative and humiliating light. Now, we go live outside the courthouse with senior reporter Cassandra Genua. Cassandra?
Thanks, Kelly. I'm standing outside the Waterman courtroom where in just a few minutes the court will decide the fate of the defendant, Jerry Seinfeld. The main arguments in the case of Costanza versus Seinfeld are false light, likeness, invasion of privacy, and defamation. The plaintiff, Michael Costanza, is suing the defendant, Jerry Seinfeld, for $100 million worth of damages. Costanza claims that Seinfeld portrays the character of George in a humiliating manner, as a self-centered loser. Now let's hear some of the character George's greatest moments from Seinfeld.
My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents. I feel like my old self again. Totally inadequate, completely insecure, paranoid, neurotic. It's a pleasure. I'll tell you something. I wish there were pigmen. You got a few of these pigmen walking around, suddenly I'm looking a lot better. That way if someone wanted to fix me up, they could say, hey, at least he's no pigman.
No one can deny that the character George was a fantastic addition to the Seinfeld family. Under New York common law, does a person have a valid claim to breach of the right of privacy, where without his consent, a sitcom uses a character with his last name, a similar appearance, and some similar personal facts? We'll find out in just a moment. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, I think it's the judge's hammer. I think we've finally reached a verdict, everyone. Alright folks, I think Jerry Seinfeld might be coming out next. We're going to see if we can get some questions with him up next. The topic of likeness is a big factor in the case. Both the character of George and the plaintiff Michael Costanza have the same last name, are short, bald, fat, and are a friend of Seinfeld from college and are from Queens, New York.
Please, no pictures, please, no time. Hey, you get out of my face, all right?
Hold on, I'm standing here with Jerry Seinfeld, and he's actually going to answer a few questions for us. Now, the first one is, did you think Costanza had a strong case?
It's funny you asked that, because I think his case was completely, it just didn't make any sense to me, My show put it in 1989. For God's sakes, why would he try to sue me now? I mean, come on, that shows you right then and there he's about the money. Dollar bill, yeah?
In your opinion, how is the character of George different than the plaintiff, Michael Costanza?
Well, it's funny you asked that again, because I know them personally, and George is a great guy, both loving, caring, a great provider, but also, he never had problems with employment. I don't know where they're getting this from, but he's had a job ever since we were yay high. So they need to stop all the ruckus because quite frankly, it doesn't make any sense.
Now, do you believe that the character of George was shown in a bad light?
Actually, it's funny you asked that one more time because I don't think he was shown in a bad light at all. I actually think, he was a good friend, good family member to his kids, his wife, and it's just downright wrong, and I gotta say that my friend, he didn't deserve this, through comedy, he showed just how much of a great guy he actually is.
Michael, can I have a question? Come on, Jerry answered a few, please. Please, just one. After an hour of chasing Michael down, I finally was able to ask him questions. So first, what made you think you deserved the $100 million?
Well, Jason Alexander's portrayal of me has damaged my reputation and caused me suffering with emotional distress. Everyone knows how successful the show is. I mean, Jesus, it's been on for how many years?
Now, what characteristics did you see between yourself and the character of George on Seinfeld?
Well, George is bald, I'm bald. George is stocky, I'm stocky. George and I both went to Queens College with Jerry. George's high school teacher nicknamed him Can't Stand Ya. So did mine. George had a thing about bathrooms and parking spaces. Don't ask, but so do I.
What made you decide now, after years of the show, to press charges?
The severity of my association with my TV counterpart has increased gradually throughout the years. I was trying to win a case over a matter of dignity and pride for my name and likeness. I've even written a book about it.
Last question. Did Jerry Seinfeld ever ask you for your permission to use his identity?
Get out of my face.
Well, thanks, Michael. Well, that was certainly unexpected here. So that'll do it for us here. I'm Cassandra Genua, and now we'll send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Cassandra. That'll do it here for us at WEENY. Thanks for watching. I'm Kelly Collins. We'll see you around New York.